Hello, this is Jace Fugate with another session of the Introduction to the Go Programming Language course. So in the previous video, we introduced the concept of a package. A package is a way that we can take some code, put it somewhere else, and then we can then import that code or import that package and use it somewhere else. So this is the same example. We're going to continue off where we left in the last video. So we had some functions. We had add, subtract, multiply, and divide. We first had them just in this main package, but we decided it was a little bit messy. We wanted to put that into another package, and then we would just import it. And so we moved that into the alg package. All the code here, we moved it into a different package. It's just a subdirectory of our main package right here. The main packages package that we have. And so the few things that we're going to be discussing today are private versus public things inside of a package, or exported and not exported. That's the Go terms that are used. And I also want to talk a little bit about the difference between the name of the directory and the name of the package. That can confuse people a lot. So let's first talk about exported and non-exported. So in Go, they do this very, very simply. Basically, if something starts with a capital letter, it's exported. You can access this outside of this package when you import this package in. If it's lowercase, you cannot access it. So let's create some constants here at the top, just for fun. Let's make pi, and we're going to make that 3.14. And then my fave num, and make this 777. So if we go over to the main.go where we were importing alg, where we're importing this, now let's try to print out those two variables that we created, or those two constants that we created. Println alg dot, what was it, pi, right? See, it yells at us. It says, cannot refer to unexported name alg.pi. Because pi is lowercase, we cannot access it outside of the alg package. We can't, here in the main package, go into alg and have access and be able to print out pi. If we were to change pi to an uppercase letter, then it would be just fine. We could run this and it would work. There it prints out right here, 3.14. Another example is we're going to make add lowercase. So a function, same thing. If a function is lowercase, we cannot access it. It'll say right here, cannot refer to unexported name alg.add. So this uppercase versus lowercase is everything in a package. If it is uppercase, it is exported. If it is lowercase, it is not exported. Something that the Go community and its Go convention as well that they want you to do is that you should always comment things that are exported. So let's put a comment here, and they want it in this format as well. They want the name of whatever it is, a hyphen, and then the description. Let's make something for each of these sub. I'm going to do these pretty simple here. I'm going to put much work into it. Div stuff. And this is really, actually really useful. Oh, we should probably comment pi as well. Because now if we go over to our main package and we hover over, that's right, it'll actually show us our comment that was right above. That is just really nice. So export things, you should comment them so that when you import it from another package, you can get some IntelliSense. And as well, Go will actually auto-create documentation. That's a topic for another time. But get in the habit of commenting things, especially if it's exported, so that when someone else imports your package or you import your package, it's a little bit easier to remind yourself what it is that it does. So as I mentioned at the beginning, I'm also going to talk about package name versus directory name. So we have right here the alg directory, and inside we have alg.go. This does not have to be the same name. We could call this functions.go, doesn't matter. And that will work just fine. The name of the file does not matter. But if I were to change the name of alg to algs, put an S on the end, and then try to build this, it'll actually yell at me and say imported and not used, packages alg as algs. So this is the path to the directory that the package is in. But just because the last directory in that path is called alg, or is called anything, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the name of the package. By convention, the name of the package and the name of the directory should be the same. But this is just a gotcha that you really need to look for. That you will use this package by the name of the package, not the name of the directory. So if I wanted to use this, I would have to access it via algs. And my code editor will actually do a little hint for me here and put it like a tag or an alias at the beginning of the import, so that it reminds me that, hey, this is being imported and used as algs. If you wanted to, you could actually make this label and import this in as whatever you want. You could import it as my favorite package. And then you could even change the name of fumped and change it to format if you wanted to. And now anytime that you wanted to access fumped, you would actually have to access it with format. Anytime that you access algs, you would actually have to access it with my fav package. And it would run just fine. So this aliasing is a great example of, just because the directory is named one thing doesn't mean that's actually how you reference it. Two caveats: the name of the package is actually different than the directory, and or you have an alias at the beginning or in front of that import. These aliases are very useful if maybe you are importing two packages that have the same name, or if you just don't want to type out the entire name of the package. Those are the two reasons why I've used it. So play around with this, see what you can and can't do. Create another package in this directory and try to import it. Change the name of the directory, change the name of the package, try using aliases, and get comfortable with this, because this is something that can be really frustrating, that you're trying to build and things aren't building, and it's saying, hey, you're not using this, or it's not being imported, or you're using it by a different name, or what have you. You just remind yourself, check the name of the directory, check the name of the package, check if there's an alias at the beginning of the import. As well, and another recap of what we talked about here today is exported versus not exported. If something is uppercase, it is available outside of the package. If another piece of code imports the package, if it's uppercase, you can use it. If it is lowercase, it is not. And if it is exported, please comment your code. It will make your life and other people's lives easier. Okay, thank you so much for being here, and we will see you again.